Have you ever stood at the edge of a new decade, looking back at the life you've built, wondering what truly matters now? Have you ever felt the weight of family expectations, only to realize they don't always hold you up when life gets heavy? As you step into your 60s, the world tries to tell you your story is winding down, but here's the truth. This is when your life can truly begin to shine. In this video, we're diving into the 5 unshakable pillars that will carry you through this chapter. Not family, not fleeting achievements, but the foundations of health, peace, purpose, friendships, and financial independence, all woven together by a spiritual thread that anchors your soul. You need to watch this until the end because these pillars aren't just advice. They're the blueprint for aging with dignity, thriving with courage, and living a life that's unapologetically yours, no matter what the world expects. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video, you can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. 1. Your health. The home you can never leave. Your body is not merely a vessel. It is the sacred temple that houses your soul, the singular home you will inhabit for the entirety of your earthly journey. At 60, this truth resonates with a clarity and urgency that cannot be ignored. No sprawling estate, no vault filled with wealth, no legacy etched in stone can rival the profound importance of the body that carries you through life's seasons. Every choice you've made over the decades, those sleepless nights spent chasing deadlines, the stress you buried beneath a facade of resilience, the meals you skipped or rushed through in the relentless pursuit of getting by. They return now, not as a gentle reminder but as a resounding call to action. Your health is not just about extending the years you live. It is about filling each day with vitality, presence, and the freedom to embrace life's moments with unbridled joy. Envision waking at dawn, your body alive with a quiet energy, as you stand at your window and watch the sunrise spill golden light across the horizon, warming your face and your spirit. Picture yourself laughing freely with a loved one, your heart unburdened by fatigue, or walking through a forest trail, your steps steady, your breath deep and unhindered by pain. This is not a fleeting fantasy reserved for youth. It is a tangible reality, sculpted by the choices you make today. Health at 60 is not about chasing the ephemeral ideals of a younger body or a societal standard of beauty. It is about nurturing a stronger heart, a more resilient spirit, and a mind that finds clarity in movement and rest. It is choosing to move, not for a smaller waistline, but because your muscles sing with the joy of motion, your joints crave the fluidity of stretching, and your heart beats with renewed vigor after a brisk walk or a gentle yoga flow. Nourishment, too, becomes an act of reverence. It's selecting foods that feed not just your body but your soul. Vibrant greens that crunch with life, hearty grains that ground you, fruits that burst with sweetness and memory. It's preparing meals with intention, savoring each bite as a moment of gratitude for the life you sustain. Rest is no longer a luxury to be deferred to some distant future. It is a sacred ritual, a deliberate act of self-preservation. Sleep weaves together the frayed threads of your body and mind, repairing the wear of daily life and restoring your capacity for joy. Hydration, simple, clear water, becomes a daily offering to your temple, cleansing and renewing. Stretching releases the tension that binds your muscles, while deep, mindful breathing floods your cells with oxygen and calms the storms within your mind. At 60, neglect is no longer a badge of honor, a symbol of sacrifice, or a testament to your ability to endure. It is a silent thief, siphoning away the vitality you need to live with purpose and passion. Doctors can offer wisdom, prescribing treatments or routines, but they cannot walk your path for you. Medicine can mend broken pieces, but it cannot replace the quiet, daily discipline of listening to your body's subtle signals. The twinge of fatigue, the ache of hunger, the whisper of stress, before they crescendo into cries of pain or illness. You've earned the right to choose yourself, to prioritize your well-being with unapologetic devotion. To drink deeply from a glass of water, not because it's prescribed, but because it restores you. To stretch your body, not for aesthetics, but to release the weight of stress that tightens your chest and the resentment that stiffens your spine. To breathe deeply, letting each inhale remind you of your aliveness and each exhale release the burdens you no longer need to carry. Your health is the foundation upon which all else rests. Your relationships, your dreams, your purpose. It is the cornerstone of a life lived fully, not just in years but in moments of connection, laughter, and meaning. Build this foundation with love, intention, and unwavering commitment, for no one else can inhabit your body or tend to its needs. Your body is your eternal home, a temple that deserves to be cherished, mended, and honored every single day. 2. Your peace, the sanctuary you create. There comes a pivotal moment in life, often quiet, yet transformative, when the world's chaos no longer captivates you. The clamor of drama, the urgency of others' demands, the relentless noise of a world that thrives on distraction, they lose their grip on your soul. At 60, you begin to crave silence, not as a retreat from life, but as a sacred sanctuary where your spirit can breathe. Mental peace is no longer a luxury to be postponed until the storms of life subside. It is your lifeline, the hallowed space where your heart finds clarity, your mind finds rest, and your soul discovers freedom. Without this inner calm, even the most abundant life, brimming with achievements, relationships, and worldly success, feels like a hollow shell, beautiful on the outside but empty within. Peace is not a gift bestowed upon you. It is a sanctuary you forge with intention, courage, and unwavering resolve. Worry, that insidious thief, ages you faster than the passage of time. It creeps into your thoughts, stealing sleep, clouding joy, and etching lines of anxiety across your heart. Resentment, heavier than the years you've lived, festers like a wound, carving grooves of bitterness deeper than any physical wrinkle. Emotional chaos, whether from unresolved conflicts, toxic relationships, or the weight of unhealed pain, erodes your spirit more insidiously than any physical ailment. You've lived long enough to recognize that carrying grudges is like clutching a burning coal, hoping someone else feels the pain. At 60, protecting your peace becomes an act of defiance against a world that thrives on turmoil. It means drawing boundaries with the fierce courage of someone who knows their worth, saying no without guilt, stepping away from conversations that drain your spirit, and releasing people who dim your inner light, even if they are tied to you by blood, history, or obligation. Not everyone deserves a seat at your table, and not every voice deserves the privilege of your attention. Peace blossoms in the pauses you create, the moments you claim for yourself amid life's demands. It's in the stillness of a morning walk, where the rustle of leaves and the rhythm of your footsteps drown out the world's noise, grounding you in the present. It's in the slow, deliberate sip of coffee, savored not just for its warmth but for the sacred pause it represents, a moment to simply be. It's in the act of turning off the news, silencing the endless barrage of fear, division, and urgency, and instead tuning into the steady, reassuring beat of your own heart. Peace is in forgiving yourself for the mistakes you made when you were younger, when you didn't know better or lacked the strength to choose differently. It's in releasing the need to be everyone's savior, every problem solution, every story's hero, and instead becoming your own. At 60, you've earned the right to guard your peace with the ferocity of a warrior and the wisdom of a sage. This is not selfishness. It is sovereignty. It is recognizing that your inner calm is a wellspring of strength, a reservoir of resilience that empowers you to navigate life's challenges with grace and clarity. Peace is not merely comfort. It is power. It is the clarity to make decisions rooted in your truth, the courage to let go of what no longer serves you, and the grace to live authentically in a world that often demands conformity. Craft your sanctuary with intention, tend it with care, and protect it with the fierce love of someone who knows its immeasurable worth. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 3. Your purpose, the flame that never fades. Society whispers a cruel and pervasive lie, that after 60, your purpose dims, your relevance wanes, and your story approaches its final chapter. But purpose does not retire. It does not fade with the passing of years or expire with the ticking of the clock. It evolves, transforming in shape and expression but never in its essential fire. In your youth, purpose burned brightly, a roaring flame fueled by ambition, careers built, families raised, dreams chased with relentless determination. At 60, it is quieter, more introspective, yet no less powerful. It is no longer about proving your worth to the world. It is about embodying your truth, living fully and unapologetically as the person you become through decades of lessons, losses, and triumphs. Purpose at this stage is not measured by external markers, titles, trophies, or applause. It is the soft, steady glow of wisdom you share with a friend grappling with doubt, your words a beacon that guides them through their darkness. It is the story you tell a grandchild, weaving tales of resilience, love, and courage that plant seeds of hope in their tender heart, shaping their future in ways you may never fully see. It is the garden you tend with care, coaxing life from the earth, or the poem you write in the stillness of the night, capturing a truth that resonates beyond the page. It is the quiet act of kindness, the meal you prepare for a struggling neighbor, the smile you offer a stranger, the listening ear you lend to someone in need, that ripples outward, touching lives in ways you may never witness. You don't need a stage, a spotlight, or a title to matter. Your presence, with all its scars, wisdom, and hard-earned grace, is enough. Your life, etched with the roads you've traveled and the storms you've weathered, is a map for others still finding their way. You've survived too much, heartbreak, loss, joy, and everything in between, to believe the lie that your best days are behind you. Purpose is not confined to the past. It lives in your breath, your choices, and your courage to keep growing, even when the world expects you to slow down or step aside. It might manifest in mentoring a young soul, sharing the lessons you've gleaned from decades of experience to light their path. It might be found in volunteering in your community, pouring your time and heart into causes that align with your values. Or it might be in the quiet grace of living authentically, showing others that life at 60 is not a fading light but a deepening radiance. A time to embrace who you are, what you love, and what matters most to you. 4. Your friendships. The family you choose. At 60, you've lived long enough to see the world through a lens of hard-earned wisdom, and one truth stands out like a beacon. Family isn't solely defined by bloodlines or shared surnames. While kinship ties you to a shared past, it's the friendships you've chosen, those sacred, soul-deep connections built on mutual love, respect, and understanding, that often become your truest haven. These are the relationships that hold you together when life's tempests threaten to unravel the threads of family obligation, the ones that anchor you through moments of joy, grief, and everything in between. Family, bound by blood, can sometimes cling to a static image of you, frozen in the amber of childhood memories or outdated roles. They may love you deeply, but that love doesn't always translate to seeing you as you are now, a person shaped by decades of growth, challenges, and reinvention. Some relatives may hold expectations that no longer fit, tethered to traditions or versions of you that feel like a distant echo. They may struggle to embrace the person you've become, their love colored by familiarity rather than true recognition. In contrast, your truest friends, the ones you've chosen as your found family, see you with piercing clarity. They celebrate your victories with unbridled enthusiasm, free from the shadows of envy or comparison. They sit with you in your darkest moments, offering not solutions or judgment, but the quiet gift of presence. They remind you of your worth when self-doubt creeps in, laugh with you at the quirks that make you uniquely you, and hold space for your dreams, fears, and truths without ever asking you to dim your light. These friends are the ones who show up, not out of duty, but because your heart matters to them. They're the ones who drive through a rainstorm to help you move, who call on a quiet afternoon just to hear your voice, who share in the small, sacred moments that weave a life together. A shared coffee, a late-night conversation, a knowing glance that says, "I get you." They're the ones who make your laughter louder, your burdens lighter, and your joys more vivid, painting your days with the colors of connection and care. At 60, you've learned that time is a finite and precious resource, too valuable to waste on relationships that feel forced or one-sided. You no longer have the energy for connections rooted in obligation, guilt, or nostalgia. Instead, you crave authenticity, relationships that feel like home, where you can shed pretense and be your fullest, most unapologetic self. This stage of life demands discernment, a willingness to let go of what no longer serves you. Release the relatives who drain your spirit, who cling to expectations that stifle your growth, who dim your light with criticism or indifference. Let go of the traditions that feel like chains, the gatherings that leave you hollow, the roles that no longer reflect who you are. Instead, hold tightly to the friends who choose you, who show up without being summoned, who love you not because they're bound by blood, but because they see the beauty of your soul. These are the people who make your 60s not just bearable, but radiant. A season of life filled with shared laughter, quiet understanding, and the profound comfort of being truly known and cherished. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 5. Your financial independence. The freedom to choose you. Financial independence at 60 is not about the pursuit of wealth for its own sake or the fleeting thrill of extravagance. It's about the profound, quiet power of freedom. It's the dignity of knowing that your bills are paid, your essential needs are met, and your life is not held hostage by someone else's paycheck or expectations. It's the ability to stand tall and say no to a job that disrespects your worth, to walk away from a relationship that diminishes your spirit, or to rest without the paralyzing fear of financial ruin. At this age, financial independence is more than a practical milestone. It's a declaration of sovereignty, a testament to your resilience, foresight, and commitment to living life on your terms. This pillar of independence is not built overnight, nor does it require vast riches to be meaningful. It's the culmination of years of intentional choices, choosing to save rather than spend to impress others, investing in knowledge about money management rather than relying on assumptions, and planning for the future instead of leaving it to chance. It's the discipline of distinguishing between abundance, having enough to live with peace, purpose, and joy, and excess, which chases fleeting status at the cost of true security. Financial independence means your choices are yours alone, unshackled from the demands of someone else's wallet or the pressures of societal expectations. This freedom ripples outward, touching every facet of your life. It empowers you to prioritize what truly matters: time with loved ones, experiences that spark joy, or the simple luxury of a quiet morning spent with a good book and a warm cup of tea. It's the ability to say yes to what lights you up, a spontaneous trip to visit a friend, a new hobby that feeds your soul, or the gift of time to reflect and recharge, without the shadow of financial worry. Beyond the personal, financial independence is a legacy of strength. To your children, it models self-reliance as a form of empowerment, showing them that they, too, can navigate life with confidence and agency. To your peers, it challenges the outdated narrative that age equates to dependence, proving instead that 60 can be a time of vitality, autonomy, and possibility. Most importantly, financial independence at 60 reminds you that your worth is not tied to the size of your bank account, but to the peace that comes when money no longer controls your choices. It's the courage to pursue what brings you fulfillment, the wisdom to prioritize what aligns with your values, and the freedom to live a life rich with options. This is not just about surviving, it's about thriving, crafting a life that feels expansive and true, with a heart full of courage and a future brimming with potential. The thread that binds your spiritual connection. At 60, woven through the pillars of your life, your health, purpose, relationships, and independence, is a deeper, more enduring truth. Your spiritual connection is the invisible thread that holds it all together. This isn't necessarily about religion or rigid rituals, though for some, those may be part of it. It's about the quiet, sacred moments when you feel tethered to something greater than yourself, a force that guides you, protects you, and reminds you that you are whole, even in your imperfections. It's the gratitude you whisper as the first light of dawn spills through your window, the faith that carries you through the raw ache of loss, the stillness that settles over you in moments of solitude, whispering, "You are not alone." This spiritual connection is your anchor when the world feels unsteady, a compass that guides you through life's inevitable uncertainties. It's the inner voice that reassures you, you are enough, when self-doubt creeps in or when the mirror reflects a face etched with the lines of a life fully lived. It's the strength to forgive those who've wounded you, to release the grudges that weigh heavy on your heart, and to love boldly despite the scars life has left behind. It's the knowing that your journey, every soaring triumph, every shattering heartbreak, every quiet moment of reflection, is part of a larger, divine tapestry, woven with purpose and meaning. This connection reveals itself in countless ways. The awe you feel watching a sunset paint the sky in hues of gold and crimson, the peace that washes over you in a moment of solitude, the inexplicable hope that rises even in your darkest hours. It's the gratitude for life's small miracles, a kind word from a stranger, a memory that sparks a smile, the resilience that carried you through challenges you once thought insurmountable. It's the quiet certainty that you are part of something eternal, a universe that holds you in its embrace, even when you feel small or lost. At 60, your spiritual connection is more than a source of comfort. It's a catalyst for transformation. It empowers you to live with intention, to face the unknown with courage, and to cherish what matters most with a heart full of grace. It's the wisdom to recognize that your worth is not defined by material things, but by the depth of your connection to yourself, to others, and the mystery of existence. It's the humility to see your place in the vast, beautiful web of life, and the boldness to keep growing, evolving, and becoming more fully yourself with every passing day. This spiritual thread reminds you that you're not just surviving. You're thriving, weaving a legacy of love, resilience, and meaning that will endure long after you're gone. As we come to the end of this journey through the 5 pillars that truly sustain you in your 60s, health, peace, purpose, friendships, and financial independence, woven together by your spiritual connection. I want to pause and ask you, what have you learned so far? Which of these pillars resonated with you the most? Maybe it's the courage to prioritize your health, the strength to protect your peace, the realization that your purpose never retires, the value of chosen friendships, or the power of financial freedom. Take a moment to reflect and share in the comments below one thing you've learned today and how you plan to bring it into your life. Your story could inspire someone else. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more wisdom to help you live boldly and beautifully at every stage of life.